Welcome back, everyone, to the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video. Weather for Weather Geeks. We're going to put a lid on September. We're going to talk about the October forecast in this video, and of course, we'll cover the short-term weather stories, more wet weather impacting parts of the Valley on this Wednesday evening. Let's first look at high temperatures during the month of September. Now, compared to recent months, this was actually a pretty balanced month. We had 16 days with warmer than average highs. We had 12 days with cooler than average highs and a couple of days where the temperature was right at average. While the warm days outnumbered the cool days, it was closer to a 50-50 balance than most of our recent months. And when you factor in highs and lows, the month came out in the wash as 1.1 degrees, I should say, warmer than average. The string of warmer than average months continues despite some legit chill that we've had at times here in September. All right, big story in the sky this morning. If you were out and about at about 6:25 this morning, you may have seen a pretty bright flash. This was actually a meteor, and a pretty bright one at that. While this was seen from the Carolinas on north, the most densely, the highest density of the reports, I should say, was here across northern Ohio. And so a lot of people saw this morning. I've seen some surveillance camera video of the flash in the sky. Kind of looks like lightning. And, meteors, this can be a little bit confusing, the different names. Let's take you back to some high school science here and talk about the difference between these various terms. A meteoroid is a small asteroid, rocky or icy debris flying through space. Now, a meteor is the name we give to the light that's emitted from a meteoroid that is streaking through the atmosphere. A fireball meteor, like we had this morning, is just a really bright meteor, typically near or even brighter than the planet Venus. A meteorite is when a fragment of an asteroid or a meteoroid survives all the way to the ground. It survives that trip, that fiery trip through the Earth's atmosphere, and little chunks hit the ground. That doesn't happen all that often, to be honest, but it does happen occasionally. So, again, a little return to high school science there. When it comes to what colors you might see when you see a meteor, I've seen reports of different colors from this morning, but it all depends on the chemical composition of the chunk that's hurling through the atmosphere. So magnesium gives kind of a teal, blue, green color. Sodium is more in the yellow to orange. Iron is typically pretty yellow. Calcium is on the purple side of things. All right, back here. Near Earth, near the surface of the Earth, we have some rain falling this evening. Some light rain pushing in, much like it did last evening, impacting parts of the area, making for kind of a gloomy end to the day. There's been some thunder and lightning up over Lake Erie today, and actually some thunder and lightning all around the Great Lakes today with some lake-enhanced rain showers. And these thunder showers even produced some small pea-size or even a little larger hail up in parts of Michigan earlier on. Most active part of our night will be the next couple of hours. Then these will fade away and the sky will clear. Later on tonight, the full harvest moon rises. It's technically full tomorrow, but 99% full tonight. So you can check that out once the sky does clear. And we'll get off to a dry start tomorrow morning. Much like the last couple of days, our highest rain chances for the first day of October tomorrow will be late afternoon and evening as yet another cold front approaches from the north and west. Each one of these fronts kind of reinforces the chill that is really dominating across the eastern part of the country. And so an even cooler day coming up on Friday with some showers most likely in the morning, and then as this disturbance passes to the east, I think we'll be dry in the afternoon, probably dry for high school football Friday evening with a partly cloudy sky, but bundle up. And speaking of bundling up, upper 30s Saturday morning, no better than the mid-50s in the afternoon with clouds and intervals of sun, lake-enhanced, lake-effect rain showers probably try to miss us to the north. Much like today, tomorrow could feature some rumbles of thunder in some of these showers during the afternoon across parts of the lower Great Lakes, including maybe parts of northern Ohio. Now, temperatures are going to start to moderate some early next week. Now, that moderation will be put on pause, I think, late in the week with one more disturbance coming down, pivoting around Hudson Bay and moving into the northeastern U.S. This will probably put a halt to the warming trend at some point during the second half of next week. But that's kind of a temporary thing. I still think the warmth that's been building, of course, out in the west is going to get the green light to come east, but it may take until next weekend. All right, Climate Prediction Center, part of NOAA, part of the National Weather Service, put out their revised October outlook today. and very strong odds of a warmer than average month in the western U.S. and across New England as well, and maybe somewhat decent odds of a cooler than average October unfolding in places such as Birmingham and Atlanta, and maybe down towards Jacksonville as well. Around here, I think the early month chill, the first 5 or 6 days of the month, will be balanced out by a pretty balmy looking pattern during mid-month, and so this seems reasonable to me that we're kind of on the edge of those modest odds of it ending up warmer than average. October might be kind of like September, in that it'll be kind of a back and forth month, coming out in the wash as maybe a little bit warmer than average, but certainly there's going to be some chilly days in October, as there are every October. Now, we have higher confidence in the precipitation outlook in the month of October, that this is looking pretty likely that it's going to be a drier than average month. Now, September has been a little deceiving, of course, because while it's been quite dry, we had a few big rain days earlier this month that kind of tilted the numbers, and so it's ending up that September will be wetter than average in a lot of our area, but that's because of basically 3 days or 4 days in which we had a decent amount of rain. October, from start to finish, is likely to be pretty dry, with fewer chances of any sort of significant rainfall events like we had earlier on this month. That'll do it for me tonight on Weather for Weather Geeks. Thanks as always for watching. Make sure you're subscribing to my YouTube channel. Search for me on YouTube to find that, and you can watch years and years worth of Weather for Weather Geeks videos on my YouTube channel. And of course, all of these are always posted on Facebook, on my weather blog, ericwfmj.com, as well as the Storm Tracker 21 app.